Good afternoon, Jackson. Here's your machine, the Breville Barista Express BES870 in Black Sesame. You're on the way now, so I'm going to try to make this video super quick. But yeah, I'm just going to quickly make a coffee on the machine just to confirm to you that everything works fine. When you first turn on the machine, it will take about about a minute to reach temperature. But what I would recommend is to let it for another 10 minutes just to warm up. So if you put on your cups on the top lid, on the warming plate, and you put on your portafilter, in 10 minutes time, these components will be hot and ready to go. But if you're in a hurry, you can warm the machine up quicker, which is what I'm doing now. That's to run a blank shot, so no coffee in the handle, pull your cup underneath, press the double. That's going to run hot water through the system, warm things up pretty quickly. Do that once or twice, and it'll get the job done. I'm just going to do it once for time purposes, because we're running late. Next, you want to dry the portafilter, so use a towel and dry the portafilter and the basket. This basket is the standard double size, double shot. Takes 18 grams of ground coffee. It's the one you want to use day-to-day basis. Your machine also comes with the pressurized baskets. Those ones are for subpar coffee or for pre-ground coffee. You can use, you can scoop the coffee into that and get good pressure, even if the beans are not particularly fresh. But if you're using fresh beans and using the machine's grinder, I'd recommend you keep this basket on. So I'm gonna set it up. At the moment I've got Lavazza beans in, grind size number 3. I'm gonna put it on, let's say, 12 o'clock position and see how that goes. You can put it on double to grind the double dose, because this is a double basket of course, but I like to keep it on single. Personally, I like to keep it on single and do it twice. That's just gonna reduce the mess and spillage. Let's see what that is. We got 8 grams at the 12 o'clock position. So if we put it at the 2 o'clock position, hopefully that's going to give us closer to 9 grams. I'm going to top it up to 9 grams just by holding. Let's see what that is. 9 grams, perfect. I'm happy with that. I'm going to do it again, see what we get. As you saw, I tamped it with the tamper in between to reduce the size of the pack so that it doesn't spill for us. In this case, we did get a bit of spillage, but that's okay. That just means that we have too much coffee. Take that out, see what we got. Perfect, that's 9 grams. So keep it on 2 o'clock position, keep it at grind size number 3, and you should be getting around 9 grams per click. But that may change depending on the bean that you're using and depending on the grind size. It definitely will change if you increase or decrease the grind size, which you may want to do depending on the pressure that you get. Hopefully that's not too overwhelming. If it is, just let me know, I'm happy to help. But anyway, I'm going to tamp it nice and firm. If you don't have a scale, or if you're in a hurry and you wanted to check your dose, just tamp it with a tamper and look at the depth of the tamper. If it's this deep as the silver part, that means you've got the correct dose. In my case, we've got exactly 18 grams, which is the correct dose, as we confirmed using the scale. And it's pretty much level with that silver part once you press it, and it doesn't go any deeper than that. It's the same with the other baskets, like the single and the pressurized baskets that the machine comes with. So it's a nice little trick that Breville has implemented into the machine. You want to clean the edges as well before locking it in. And the grip head seal on here is actually pretty clean. The machine is barely. Actually, I think I've changed it as well. So it's a nice fresh seal. I'm going to empty the cup. Let's do it here. So you don't have to lock in the handle too far to the right. Like I said, it does loosen up over time, but being a relatively fresh seal, it's pretty tight. The machine overall is in good condition. I mean, it is used, but it doesn't have horrible scratches like you would expect from usage over time. And yeah, I've done the service on this one, fully functional, no issues at all. I think I had to change the pressure gauge on this one, and that's about it. Reset the scale. So now we're going to measure the output. You want an output that's double of your input. So the input was 80. We want an output of 36. So I'm going to aim for about let's say 35 to 40 grams. I can actually put the scale in here. 35 to 40 grams in about 20 to 30 seconds. Let's just say 37 grams in 25 seconds to simplify it, plus or minus a little bit. So I'm going to reset my scale, and I'm going to time it as well. The buttons here are programmable actually, so you can set them to whatever length you prefer. I will reset them to, I will actually set the double to what I like, which is, like I said, 35 to 40 grams. You can do that by pressing program and then press the button. And then stop it when we get the desired amount of coffee. From factory, they're a bit too long, so if you hold the button, it'll actually reset to factory, but I think the factory settings are a bit too long. If the 38 grams or 37 grams that we're aiming for happens in 10 seconds, then that's way too quick, and I'll need to make it finer to slow it down. Okay, we got 40 grams in 22 seconds. So a bit too quick. I would maybe make it one number finer and try again. But for, again, lack of time, I'll keep it there. At the moment, like I said, it's on number 3. Maybe if you put it on number 2, you'll get better results. Again, make sure you're using good, fresh coffee. If you're not using fresh, or if you're using very cheap coffee, you'll notice that this is very hard to do. It's very hard to get a good coffee from cheap beans. Yeah, here's the espresso. Again, it was a bit too quick, but we got pressure at around 11, 12 o'clock, if I recall correctly, which is in the espresso range for this machine, which is good. Everything else works fine. Let's just clean things up and I'll test those for you. Good crema. That's a decent shot. Not the best shot in the world. But if we bring it down to grind size number 2, that'll hopefully bring our shot to around 25 seconds. To clean the machine, it's pretty easy. Just take out the portafilter, knock it into a knock box. You can find them for like $10 on eBay. Press the double again to rinse. This is going to rinse your portafilter and your shower screen, which is like a 2 birds, 1 stone situation. And then grab a tissue. You can actually, I would recommend getting a tissue and wiping the shower screen as well, just to get rid of those coffee grounds and the nooks and crannies of the drip head and around the seal. There's always a little bit left even after rinsing, as you see. Just recommend it to just do this every now and then. That's all we need to do to clean the drip head. Now let's test the hot water spout. Very easy, just you can use that for hot tea or long black coffees or things like that. And for steam, you just turn it the other way. Give it about 10 seconds for it to warm up and reach the steam temperature. There we go. Add milk and this becomes into a latte or cappuccino. So the way I like to teach people, turn it off, position your jug, turn it back on. And yeah, once it's on, you want to position the steam wand sort of at an angle and keep the milk spinning. That's how you get steamed milk. Clean the tip as well, very important. Wipe the wand right after doing the milk. Obviously the wand gets really hot, so you don't want the milk to bake and stick there forever. Yeah, I think that's it. No issues with the machine. I think you'll love it. If you have any issues or concerns, please don't hesitate in messaging me, and I'll see you very soon.